Hey, Tony Gas is here. Now listen to me. I want to give y'all a warning out here before you get out here. One of the things I notice is that a lot of people want to get out and be heard. A lot of people want to be heard. A lot of people want to be seen, and they want it for the wrong reasons. I'm here to tell you right now. One thing I know is that God uses the reluctant. God does not use the hungry. God does not use the desperate. God does not use the thirsty. For people who want to be seen, give you a prime example. The therapist who be having her breast out. Seeing a picture, she went to a party, she had on a complete see-through outfit with some undergarments, like I guess bra and panties up under the complete see-through. Only person in her whole clique that was dressed like that. That's how you know God not using her. Because God don't use you when you want to be seen. God don't use you when you want to be famous, when you want to be in the spot, when you want to be in the limelight, when you want to be in the place to be, when you want to be on every podcast, on every outlet. Don't matter what the message sound like. Don't matter what you talking about. Your motives have to be right. So for those of you who want to be obedient, you want to be a voice, you want to have an audience, you want to have impact, you want to have influence, you want to be significant. I'm here to tell you, you have to want it for the right reasons. You got to want it for the right reasons. It has to be about changing lives. Let me tell you where God really don't use people at. Politics. Really don't use people in politics. Really don't use people in finances. Where God used people at is righteousness, to move your life closer to a righteous lifestyle, righteousness, purity. That's what God used people. Like, you got to remember what matters to God. It don't, how much money you have in stock portfolio don't matter to God. Who you vote for don't matter to God. What matters to God is your righteousness, your heart, your lifestyle. So if that's not what you leading people to, then it's not the work of the Lord. It could be work. It could help people in whatever area, but it ain't the work of the Lord. It ain't what God called you to. Might be what you call you to. Might be what you want to do. And the thing about it is, it ain't all got to be just beating people across the head with the Bible. It ain't all got to be just hitting people across the head with a bunch of scriptures. It could be in areas of life that are around it, and it all come together like a puzzle piece, and you helping people get their life on track. But you got to realize you got to be careful out here. You have got to be careful. So don't not go. Don't stay still. Don't be quiet. But you got to make sure that you check your motives. Because I was looking, I've been looking, I've been listening to the politic people. And it's a lot of people that just refuse to be insignificant. They refuse to be unheard. They refuse to be unseen. And they want to be out there. They want to be out there. They want to be heard. They want to be seen. They want to be known. And I'll be honest with you, that's why I haven't gotten to the point to where I do like a professional YouTube, to where I'm sitting down with a cameraman, editors, switchboard, and all of that, because I really don't care to be seen. Like it's like, yeah, I want my message to get out there, but I want it to get to who God wanted to See, that's why I don't do the thumbnails and the keyword tags and all the professional stuff. Because, see, when you do all the bells and whistles, that's when you catch the stragglers. That's when you catch just the drive-by traffic. But what that does is it increases your spiritual warfare, because you got more people who don't care about you, who don't care about what you talking about. You caught their attention with the shiny objects. And that's why I try to tell people, like, if God called you, you don't need custom thumbnails. I got over 500,000 subscribers without custom thumbnails, with no editing, because I got the people who God called me to. Now, when I took and I did this series where it was a bunch of titles for like a week or 2 weeks, and all the titles of the videos, it was relationship topics, but all the titles came from ChatGPT, and they were viral titles. Guess what it did? It got me over 20,000 subscribers, and I've been slowly every day losing those subscribers that came in, because they were not meant to be here. They weren't meant to be here. And so it's been every day, as I'm gaining, I'm losing, because I'm purging the people who not really here for the realness. They hear, it's people who hear for their ears to be tickled. People who hear, they hear for a sambo dance. They ain't here for a confident black man. They ain't here for somebody who know what they know and speaking from the Holy Spirit using. They ain't here for that. They here for a tool. They here for somebody who is just being used. That's what they there for. And so that comes with trying to be famous. And I didn't use that to get subscribers. I just did it because I was busy and I was working, and I just used it to get like topics that I knew I could teach on. And people loved it. My people loved it. Like, Tony, thank you. Thank you. And this was some time back. But I was like, But the stuff I was talking about, it didn't really resonate with me. Like, it was just a topic. And so I had the wisdom to speak on it, but it wasn't really dropped in my spirit. It wasn't dropped in my spirit. So normally the way I do it now is I do it just whatever I'm feeling. If something going on in the media I want to speak on, I speak on that. If it's something else on my heart I want to speak on, I speak on that. And I'm just being led by the Spirit. And that I get the people that's intended for me. I get the people that I'm meant to have. And that's what happens. And so I want to warn you, because when you get out here and it's about you, and it's about you being famous, it's about you being seen, you being heard, you're going to enter into spiritual warfare, and you're not going to be covered by God, because God did not call you to that. So you got to make sure that whatever you do, that you called by God to do that and to speak on that. And you're not doing it because you think you cute. You're not doing it because you want to be special and you want to be somebody. Don't do it for that, because that's what happened to the relationship coach. He wanted to be famous. He didn't want to be obedient to God and purposeful. So even after he got married, because he had the wrong intentions, he got caught up in adultery and got exposed and lost his career. You see the same thing happen with a lot of pastors who end up in an affair, end up embezzling, end up dealing with a child, end up getting in some kind of trouble because they got into it to be famous, or they got into it to be powerful, to have a position, and not because God called them. You got to make sure that you check your motives. You got to make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, and you're doing it for God. Because if you are not, you're going to be exposed. And when I say exposed, meaning you're going to be out in the open with no covering. You're also going to be exposed, meaning what you're doing in the dark going to come to the light. So don't you think that me being more known than that other relationship coach, overall, more known, more visible, being the first to the party, don't you think that I have had the same opportunity and the same temptation that he's had? He hasn't had more temptation than me. The women who he slept with was not celebrities. They wasn't drop dead gorgeous. They wasn't nothing to write home about. They was everyday women. So I done had more temptation, more opportunity. But the reason why I haven't fallen at the level that he fell at, and at the time of his career that he fell, is because I'm called by God and I'm covered by God. He came on his own without being called by God and without being covered by God. And so what you're going to see and what you're going to continue to see is everyone who came on their own reasoning, their own idea, without being called. You're going to see these people slowly but surely get exposed. You're going to see more and more telltale signs of this person ain't called by God. It might sound good, but God didn't call them. And what you're going to see is that the devil got access. The devil got, somebody who know of God, but don't worship God, don't serve God, could sign multi-million-dollar podcast deals. Podcast deals worth hundreds of millions. And don't bit more live for God than a can of paint. So the devil has his corners on this earth. He has his places on this earth. He can pay people. He can advance people. The devil has billionaires. The devil got television personalities, authors, podcasters. The devil has pastors. It's pastors who work for Satan. It's gospel artists who work for Satan. It's principals, police officers, everything. The devil has somebody in every arena. Every arena, he got somebody. So you got to realize and understand that this thing is real. So do not covet somebody else's position, because a lot that come with it. You got to make sure that if you gonna step out here, that you call to it. Don't operate in fear, because God didn't give us the spirit of fear. Operate in obedience. If you're gonna do it, do it. Don't be scared to do it. Don't be scared to write your book. Don't be scared to be a life coach. Don't be scared to be a YouTuber, TikToker, speaker, event planner, whatever it is you want to do that you feel like God is calling you to, do it. Do what He's calling you to for impact in the kingdom, in this here world. But just make sure your heart is right and your motives are right. Stop getting caught up worrying about being famous. Don't do that. It ain't about being famous, it's about being obedient. Point blank period. So it's like I live every day. I got my own struggles I have to go through, my own things I have to deal with, but I could feel the covering. I could feel the blessing. I could feel the provision. I could feel where God give me a way of escape. I see the beautiful women. I see the temptation out there, but I also see the promise. I see what God is building, see what He's doing, see where He could take me. and where ain't gonna want for nothing or need nothing, and where get to a place of rest, where the devil has been resisted so much he flees. So you got to realize and understand that. Now I've been coaching all day. I got one more coaching call with a couple, and in about an hour, and then I'll be done for the day. But I want to pop on here and just send this message for those of you who you thinking about getting on out there and branching on out. Ask yourself why. Why? It's okay to want to make money. It's okay to sell your courses, sell your books, all that okay. But what's the underlying meaning? What's the root cause? Why you really want to do it? Why you really want to do it? That's what you got to think about. That's what you got to think about. And it's sad. It's unfortunate. And see, for me, the Lord also got me in a place to where it's going to take me a long time before I'm at my highest level. Because I had a client the other day told me she saw me and she ignored me. She kept going because she said I look like a player. And so when somebody say that, that means they think you look good. Because they don't think, because you don't think somebody could play somebody if you don't think they look good. And so it's millions of women, hundreds of thousands of women and men who look at me and may say the same thing. Whereas they may look at another guy who looks different, or he may be older, may look less intimidating, and they say, okay, I could trust this person because I'm not attracted to this person. So some people is dealing with their own trauma of having been hurt, having been played, having been lied to where they can't get past that to hear a message. And unless it's like a Jezebel spirit that's attracting them in lust, or they see it's an opportunity where they could come in and they could pounce, then they don't want to have a platonic exchange where they're being instructed and corrected and spoken into without them being able to extract something. And so that right there limits my reach because of that block. And so it'll take time to where I get older and I'm seen as like an old man, seen like an older guy. So I'm not seen as a threat to the 20 and 30 and 40-year-olds who could be attracted to a man. But then I'm older and like, oh, that's that's like my granddaddy. He old enough to be my daddy. Now they'll come on over and their ears will be more open. And then the younger coaches will be going through what I'm going through and what I've gone through of having younger people not wanting to listen because they think this can't be real. And I'm going to do a video on that about how sad it is that we hate ourselves so much as black people that a lot of black women cannot believe that there is a black man with pure intentions who is married, 100% faithful, 100% heterosexual, and with 100% pure intentions. That's sad. That there's women who will look at me and say, I don't trust him for some reason. Because they cannot believe in the purity of the black man. And there are countless men who will look at me and say, he's a simp, he's simping, or he pimping, or he manipulating women. One of my clients told me her brother, who is broke, busted, and disgusted, said that I'm manipulating women because he cannot look at his reflection in the mirror and see an honest man, see a good man. So he can't believe that there's such thing as pure black men who are honest and giving away the game with pure intentions and honesty and integrity because of their self-hate. And because of our poor self-image, we can't believe black men. And I get it. I ain't mad about it. So I don't want an exception. I don't want to skip the line. I don't want to be liked or respected or appreciated by nobody who God has not touched their heart and say, you can trust them. You can listen to what He's telling you. I don't want to force my way into nobody's life. Not at all. I want to move at the pace that God got for me. Don't want to rush it at all. Because when you rush it, you ruin it. And so people have to heal. People got to get to a place to where they are pure so they can see purity. To where their heart is correct. Their heart is in the right place. Then they can see somebody else's heart in the right place. They got to get there. And it take time to get there. But hey, this Tony Gaskins. God bless you. Keep your head up. All the important links in the description. One-on-one sessions, I believe, booking into March. March, me and Tatum birthday and me and my wife anniversary. So God bless you. Keep your head up. We'll talk soon.